Hi, I'm Terri Apanasewicz. Today on Copy This Look, we're going to recreate Mila Kunis' look from the Black Swan Gala. So get ready to copy this look. Okay, so the first step we're going to do on Nicole is we're going to perfect her complexion. I'm using Sonia Kashuk's Perfecting Luminous Foundation. And I'm just going to put a couple pumps out on my hand. I like to apply my foundation with a brush. Now when you're doing it on yourself, it's still an easy way to do it. Kind of just dab it around. This way you're not using too much foundation, because that is a general mistake, is that we use too much. You can either use the brush to blend it in the whole way. You could use your fingers if that was something that was more comfortable for you, but I'm going to use the brush. A lot of people don't think about applying foundation with a brush, but you can actually get a really nice smooth application, not overuse the product, and we want to keep the skin looking like skin. Try to avoid a mask. That is not really the look we're going for. And if you see on Mila's picture, she's very dewy. Her skin looks really, really pretty and flawless, but in a realistic way. So that's our goal. Okay, so as we're finishing up our foundation, I want to just remind you to not forget doing a little concealing over the eyelid, because this will also help your eyeshadow go on better and even out the skin tone of the eyelid. Okay, so the next step is going to be concealer, and today I've chose the VS Pro Camouflage FX Concealer Palette. In this, you have 5 colors to pretty much conceal or erase any imperfection. I'm using the lightest one. I'm going to dab it. I'm using my same brush. And again, I like to dab. This way, we make sure to not get too much product, because makeup is about enhancing your own natural beauty, not covering it up. So see how nicely that goes on with a brush? We don't need a lot of product, and it just highlights under the eyes just enough. Okay, so besides under the eyes, if you have any other little imperfections, Nicole's got a couple just right here. We're going to take a slightly darker color, because our palette can cover anything, and gently with the brush, feather over the proper concealer. This will erase your imperfections and not add a lot of makeup to your skin. Okay, now that we've gotten the skin perfected, we're going to set it. I'm going to use Powder Set by Amazing Cosmetics. When you're putting your brush in your powder, make sure to tap it off so that you don't overdo it. And just lightly dust it over with a nice soft powder brush. Under the eyes where your concealer is. And if you've erased any imperfections, make sure to dab the powder on, because doing a sweeping motion could take off your concealer. And just do the whole face. Okay, let's move on to blush. I like to do blush next. Make sure to tap, not too much. Smile for me. Apple of the cheeks, lightly. Just bring out a little bit of a glow. If you need more, again, tap, add. This is Doll Face from Tarte. It's a nice pale pink. Okay, now let's refine the brow. I always like to groom the brow first by brushing it through. You can use a spoolie brush or a clean mascara wand. I'm choosing today medium brown brow from Benefit. And I'm just going to highlight Nicole's naturally nicely shaped brows. So with this angle brush, you're going to put a little product on and take small strokes and go in the direction of the brow and fill in where it needs to be filled in. strengthen the brow. When you're satisfied with the shape of your brow, you finish up with that, make sure to take your spoolie wand, I'm using a clean mascara brush, and brush through again. This will kind of blend the color of the brow and the hair of the brow together for a more natural look. Okay, moving to eyes, go ahead and close. We're gonna use Sephora's number 508 pencil. So at this point, don't worry about being perfect. Just put the color on the lid and I'll give you some tips on how to perfect it after. Once you have the color on the lid, use a nice soft eyeshadow brush to smooth it out. Blending is a very important part of the process. Okay, so when using a crayon on the lid or for any type of liner, after you blend it, I like to set it with a powder. So use a complementary eyeshadow. This will make it longer wearing and more intense of a look. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little contouring in the crease. Most people close their eyes. I'm gonna have Nicole look straight ahead, which you'll also do into your mirror, and apply a neutral brown into that crease above the crease. This way you can really see how to shape the eye. Okay, now I'm gonna line the top of her eyelid near the lash line. I'm using Stila smudge pencil. And again, I'm not trying to be so perfect when I'm putting the crayon on, but stay as close to the lash line as possible. And then we'll use a brush to smudge and perfect it. Okay, so here's the smudging and perfecting of your eyeliner. I'm using a pointed, sturdier brush. I'm going over the top of the pencil and just smoothing it out so the intense part of the color is staying near the lash, but I'm smoothing out the top part of the liner. Go ahead and open. Now we're going to line the inside waterline. Look up, pull your eyelid down, put the pencil on that line right above your lashes. Tickles a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to have you look down. This tickles even more, but try to get on the inside waterline underneath your top lashes. This is a really amazing trick to intensify the look and the lashes. Okay, to finish off the bottom lash line, look up for me. We're gonna use our dark pencil again on the outside corner underneath the lashes. And then we're gonna take our lighter pencil and go from the inside corner and meet the dark pencil. Then you're gonna take your liner brush for me, and you're gonna smooth those colors together. And this is just gonna set a little intensity and a shape, because then we're gonna finish it off by setting it with our powder eyeshadow. Okay, now that we've finished all of the eyeliner, we're gonna go back in and set the pencil with complementary eyeshadows. Go ahead and close. So I'm using a darker one on the top near the lash line. This is going to blend the liner a bit more, also intensify the color and make it longer wearing. Look up for me, do the outside corner. I'm using a Victoria's Secret quad here. It's got some great blacks and grays and silvers in it. I always like to smudge the bottom line. Okay, and then we're gonna take our lighter color from the quad, look up for me, and go over where the pencil is lighter. And it's okay that it doesn't stay as light because we want the colors to fade into each other. Okay, for the next step with mascara, I'm gonna do the bottom lashes first. Now my trick to make sure that you don't get the bottom lashes too clumpy, to avoid smearing and spider leg looking lashes is take a tissue and wipe off some of the extra mascara from your wand. Look up for me. And then just gently go back and forth. Bottom lashes do not need to be as defined or thickened or lengthened like the top. Look up for me. I'm sorry, look straight ahead. That should be all the mascara that you put on the bottom. After you've let the bottom dry for a few seconds, have you look down, start at the base of the lash and work your way up. And again, we're going to be applying false eyelashes, but I like to do my mascara first and then lay the lashes on top if needed. We'll see. Nicole's got such beautiful eyelashes. We might not even need them. So next, we're going to apply false eyelashes. Now, Nicole doesn't really need them because she's got long, beautiful, thick lashes, but just to show you a little tip. So when you're taking your eyelashes off of the container, use a tweezer or your fingers and bend them around a bit, sort of break them in. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it just will help shape it to your eye and go on a little bit easier. Once you feel like you've done that, take your eyelash glue. I'm using dark toned duo, and I'm going to lightly put it on the band. I like dark tone, especially when I'm doing a smoky or dark eye, because it's going to dry black. Now once you put your glue on, don't put the lash directly on your eye. Waft it around. Let the glue get a little bit tacky. This will also let you apply it easier. Then have you look down. Now obviously when you're doing it on yourself, it's a little trickier. Get as close to the base as possible. That's another good reason to have your glue tacky before you put it on, is because it will be easier to stick. Okay, lastly, we're gonna finish off the lips with MAC Dazzle Glass in Baby Sparks. Just lightly put them together. Okay, there we have it. We're done with Mila's look. I hope you enjoy copying this look.